no Acceleracers content. This place has been a desert, and I am thirsty. I have been so thirsty for that Galorum looking. Okay, I'll stop. If you didn't know already, Valken is making the Fog Realm short fan film, and I will piece together what my theory is on it. For the first part of the timeline, obviously this takes place before Acceleracers, but when? Well, looking at the cast, we have Banji and Dresden, particularly Banji. From most people's interpretation, Banji was lost in the first opening of the Swamp Realm, including my own interpretation. And if Banji is in here in the Fog Realm, it means that in this timeline, the Fog Realm was before the first opening of the Swamp Realm. This is probably the first realm they ever drive into as well, considering that the fact that the Acceleracers track isn't even fully built. Supporting kind of evidence is that the drivers aren't really wearing their helmets within like the anime opening thing. Is that even canon anyway? Very similar to how the second group of drivers like Vert and Kurt etc. weren't wearing their helmets when first entering the realms. Now since Banji got lost in the Swamp Realm, it's almost certain he has to survive. However, all the other human drivers are somewhat disposable, as we can see in the drone reveal villain trailer, which I hate Valken for because I hate decoding stuff. The message decoded translates from the drone language to human language is, when the Queen makes the order, when you see a human driver, you annihilate it. By the way, I'm pretty sure the D was wrong because I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be like a blank space in the middle of the letter. Anyway, besides the point, that is supporting evidence, which means that the drones are going full termination mode, which supports the theory that Banji may as well survive and all the other characters could be dead. Either that or the rest of the drivers get lost in the realms or are saved by the silencers, maybe even the Accelerons, considering there were some scrapped characters. Maybe the Acceleron variant of Sage was helping to tame that Fog Realm monster or stop the realms from opening due to the realms putting little drivers in danger and, you know, making them be almost dead. Or maybe, you know, there is that Fog Realm monster which could kill someone. Anyway, if we do some snooping around, we see some of the same world race cars such as Pony Up, which is used by Maximo. However, Jacob Bell will be driving it, an original character. So this either means that potentially Maximo let him borrow it, as well as Bell being actually a backup driver from the world race, or it's one of Tesla's spare cars. Now the same could also be said for Blazer and Joaquin. If we do look at one of the trailers though, we do see another more couple familiar of cars. That would be 24/7 driven by Ricky Bell. Maybe he's Jacob Bell's brother. That, I did not think of that theory, but that could be one. We have Muscle Tone driven by Krakatoa. I'm pretty sure what seems to be the skeleton of Tony Berry's car. Seared Tuner along with Roger Dodger driven by Wayne Casper. This potentially means that these characters donated their cars or could appear in future fan films. Now, Valken, you thought you were sneaky? I did see that Wave Rippers logo. Now, considering this, as for the actual car, I'm pretty sure this is 40-something, driven by the most underrated favorite character of mine, Fluke. We also see Lani's pre-med car and So Fast, driven by Harrison Lau. For all these people, it doesn't mean that they are canon in the actual fan film, but it's very likely that they're canon. Else they could be original characters driving those characters' cars. Keep in mind that some of these cars were also in the World Race game and not in the World Race movie due to like licensing or whatever the flip. Anyway, some other details you may have missed is that Lani's overalls have a faded Rave Ripper logo, which is pretty cool, and Lee Autoworks seems to be supplying parts and stuff. Anyway, as for the drones, a potential lore reason as to why we never see Valken's version of that particular drone is because Galorm basically phased them out because they were inadequate. And finally, I found this screenshot, which means I'm pretty sure Dresden's just dead at this point. Like, his comms aren't working, his freaking eye in the sky's not working, the drones will steal his eye in the sky. I think he's dead, to be honest. Anyway, That's just a theory. An Acceleracers theory. And cut.